Coach, the very talented freshman quarterback at Michigan, Bryce Underwood, the first 2 games, he didn't run the ball. Things changed game 3.
It actually changed to 12:34 in the second quarter to be exact. And so I want to talk to everyone about, like, so if you're a head coach, you're a head coach at several places. I've been a head coach. So on Sunday nights, you finish your game. You spend all day Sunday doing what? Dissecting the game you just played.
Right.
You put that one to bed and then let the players work out, usually a little practice. And then the last half of the evening you spend on the opponent. And so every Sunday I would come in and I'd spend time with the offense. I'm an offensive coach. I'd do some special teams. But before I would go home on a Sunday night late, I'd come in there and I'd sit with a D coordinator. And when you open the door of the defensive room, you'd kind of see, you get the feel of what's about to happen. And so my defense coordinators would, hey, I'd say, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? And there's some nightmares out there that you can tell when that defense coordinator looks at you, we got a problem. Here's the nightmares D coordinators play with. So number 1, great players. That's the obvious. Number 2, if it's a dominant line of scrimmage, if you're facing a team, an offensive line that, how in the world are we going to stop the run and how in the world are we going to pressure the quarterback? But here's number 3, the designed quarterback run. And that's when I would walk in and I'd see that defense coordinator look at me and say, we got a problem, especially an athlete like this. Every defensive call in the game plan has to have a quarterback player. So 60 to 70% of the defense is out. So this is the defense coordinator's nightmare. So Sunday, after I'd leave, one of my Greg Schiano or Luke Fickle, I'd walk out, and after I saw that look about a QB run, I'd be driving home. If it was the kind of look like we got it handled, we're in great shape, I'd be Kenny Chesney, Jimmy Buffett on the way home. When you see a quarterback like this young stud, and it can run like he can, there was no radio on in that car. I was like driving home like this. So we're going to watch some plays here in a minute. One's going to be a scramble. Another one, 2 of them are scrambles, which are part of the game. This is when the game changed. And you know what's changed for? All defense coordinators in the Big Ten, but especially Nebraska defense coordinator John Butler, because he's going to have to deal with us. All right, this is the design Q run that the Wolverines ran. They motion the receiver across, just a little bit of window dressing. The tailback leads, and then the offensive line's blocking counter. They're blocking down, gap scheme, guard pulls to kick out the will linebacker. He blocks the end, he blocks the Sam, and the tight end pulls up for the backer. Bryce Underwood takes it, outruns the angle of the free safety. John Butler and all defense coordinators went on notice in the Big Ten because not only is he a great athlete, but something they have not seen in the first 2 games is a direct run. And I go back to number 3. When you have a quarterback that's willing and they call direct runs, 60 to 70% of the defensive calls are redlined because you almost have to have a quarterback player.
You said you had 3 plays you wanted to look at. Let's go to the room.
Okay, Coach, I'll pick 3 plays from this tremendous young talent of the Wolverines. Remember, true freshman Bryce Underwood. And this is a play that happens during the course of games. It's called a quarterback scramble. It's not a designed quarterback run. It happens. This guy's a heck of an athlete. Watch him outrun the angle of the safety. Scores here. The second play is the one that I want to spend a second on, which we just drew up at the board. This is the play that changes it all. It's called a quarterback direct one. Something you remember, he did not show this the first few games. This is quarterback counter. The offensive line is simply blocking counter. Now, instead of handing to the tailback, like we showed on the board, you know what the tailback is? He's the lead blocker.
Right.
You are a +1 in the box now
Right.
anytime you run a direct run with a quarterback. Tremendous athlete. Again, outrunning the angle of the safety. And this is a big cat running the ball. This play, to me, put every defensive coordinator, especially John Butler, the Nebraska defensive coordinator, you are now on call because you have a quarterback run in the offense.
No doubt.
Finally, this just shows the courage and toughness of Bryce Underwood. It's something I know you're very passionate about as well. Here he dropped back the pass. He sees an opening. He takes the opening. Now, when you get to this point, I'm sure the coaching staff in their heart is saying, great, you showed toughness, but also let's be smart. Let's live to see this next play. Do not get yourself hurt.
Right. The better decision here is to go down unless, as you say, there's a few instances where this is a good thing.
Yeah, the hot spots, I used to call them. Third down, get the first down, move the chains. 2-minute drills.
Right.
Game on the line, you have to do what you got to do. But the quarterback, as he grows, remember, he's a true freshman. He's going to learn and he's going to be coached. in this kind of scenario, get down.